Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the Bad Batch. This is Season 2, Episode 3, titled The Solitary Clone.
And before we go any further, please consider subscribing to the channel, like and share, get people over here so we get some more subscribers. Please. Thank you.
Please and thank you. Yeah, even just liking and commenting, that goes a long way with helping the channel, helping out when it comes to the algorithm, making the videos more visible on YouTube. Really, all of it goes a long way. And also check out the Patreon, where we have full-length watch-alongs where you can watch the entire episode with Major Dad and I. Just sync it up to your own copy of the episode. You can do that with all of the shows that we're watching on the channel at the moment, and also some interesting ones. Really exciting shows coming up very soon, like The Last of Us and more Star Wars with The Mandalorian Season 3, and then down the line we get Ahsoka and the Skeleton Crew and so on and so on. So again, consider checking out the Patreon page. But last time around we had a double episode, double premiere, with the Bad Batch going on another mission given to them by Sid, where they can presumably, get enough riches to buy their freedom. That's not exactly what ended up happening. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, or if they're going to have to get into the fight again and refocus themselves in that direction as Echo wants them to do. But we had some more character progression, and we got to see like Dooku's castle and the Empire sort of raiding it, and his war chests, Dooku's war chests, all the riches that he had amassed throughout the Clone Wars. So I really enjoyed that double premiere. I don't know about you.
I enjoyed it very much, and as long as it's Star Wars, I really enjoy it, basically. But I get these small trinkets with the Star Wars stuff, and it's kind of the same routine. They go on a mission, but the overall arc of it is probably, as you say, Echo is trying to convince them to join the fight against the Empire and in some way, and that's probably what we're going to see down the line. But so far, I just enjoy to see how they evolve as a team, and how Omega is changing and becoming more of a soldier, if you can say that. She works very well with that bow for us, and yeah, it's a very light Star Wars stuff, and I enjoy that. After all the Endor stuff, which was great, but also a little bit more dark. So, Star Wars. Love it.
Exactly. Can't not love it, at least if you are big Star Wars fans like us. Or not to say that you absolutely should love everything that comes out if you're a Star Wars fan. But we are relatively easy to please when it comes to Star Wars, I would say. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Speaking of overarching plots, I'm curious to see. We're going to get some more of the transition from the clones to the stormtroopers, and just how the clones are going to fit into this new galaxy, this new order that the Empire is creating. And then we are getting some of the more serious stuff with like what happened to Wilco, Captain Wilco at the end, like rest in peace. Like he didn't want to falsify the reports, but Rampart, I believe the name of the Imperial officer, like he certainly didn't mind, and he just straight up shot poor Wilco and killed him right there. So probably going to see more of that, coupled with, as you said, Echo trying to get the Bad Batch back into the fight.
And during the week, we also guessed a lot about what could come in the next episode, and the solitary clone. Could that be a little bit about Crosshair becoming more and more solitary as a clone, because we'll have stormtroopers instead, and so on. So there's a lot of good stuff out there, and they probably didn't write it the way I would write it, but I'll still enjoy
it. Definitely. All right, I think we should just get into it then, see what sort of mission the Bad Batch is going to go on in this episode, and if we are going to actually see Crosshair this time around. Are you ready?
I am ready. Hit it.
All right. Here we go. Where is this?
Some labor camp
On final approach, Governor.
And we have stormtroopers with that very early design. I love how they're using that. Speaking of cool designs.
Yeah. Governor of Desix.
Desix.
I am here to relieve you of your title, Mistress Ames, by order of the Galactic Empire.
Take your forces and leave peacefully.
Well, your request has been received, reviewed, and, as you can see, rejected.
How disappointing.
Received, reviewed, rejected.
Oh, battle droids. Maybe they used to be separatists.
Could be.
Oh, and there's Crosshair. Maybe we're actually getting into an episode that's going to focus on Crosshair. We're not going to see the Bad Batch that much.
Could be.
Or the rest of the batch. They don't like him.
Nope.
CT-9904, report to Vice Admiral Rampart's office immediately.
Oh, Rampart's a Vice Admiral. Did he get promoted or did I just forget?
How long were you left stranded on that Kaminoan platform before being recovered?
32 rotations.
Whoa!
All that time. Left for dead, and yet you still came back.
That's... How the fuck did he survive?
Your loyalty and determination are commendable. Which is why I have a mission for you on the planet Desix. As far as Separatist worlds are concerned, it's rather remote.
Okay. Separatist world. Yeah.
What squad will I be leading?
You're not ready to play commander again. Not yet. Your new commander will brief you on the details.
New commander. Keep treating him like that and he's not going to stay loyal.
No,
That's
probably not.
What I'm thinking. Geonosis Memorial. Wait.
Commander Cody.
It's Cody!
I didn't recognize you.
Yeah,
Oh shit!
a lot's changed, as you well know. Rumors are more and more clones have been questioning the Order.
Then they are traitors. Like the Jedi.
Well, good soldiers follow orders.
Oh, Cody. Cody. Dude, what are you... Oh, we spent so much time with him during the Clone Wars. Him and Obi-Wan working together. So, what is he thinking?
Battle droids. Didn't they receive the shutdown order?
They could have been reprogrammed.
Nice way of quickly commenting on that with the shutdown order.
Yeah.
Could have been reprogrammed.
Release me this instant!
Negative. The governor said to keep a close eye on you.
I am the legitimate governor of Desix, you scrap heap!
Oh, battle droids.
Yeah. Kind of missed their voice if you can miss something like that.
Yeah.
Dooku was right in the end. He knew the Republic was corrupt, that it would collapse and become something worse.
We got a little bit of that in Tales of the Jedi, yeah. With Dooku seeing the Republic becoming more corrupt. Not that I'm like, oh, Dooku was actually a good guy or anything like that. He was still horrible, but back then...
Yeah, kind of put a little extra layer on him with the Tales of Jedi.
All right. They definitely do not want to negotiate.
Send scouts to the wreck. Check for any survivors.
Yes, Governor.
Even have a tactical droid.
Roger.
How many survived?
Cody and Crosshair.
It seems like there might be more. Yeah. Not many, though.
I'll draw their fire while you move into position. Trust me.
You do make things interesting.
This feels like old times. Wow, he's just...
Pretty cool about it.
Yeah. So sure that they are not going to hit him. Okay. Yeah, that's a weakness, all right. They are so efficient.
Yeah.
There has to be a tactical droid giving them orders. Then let's divide their forces.
Crosshair gets to shine a bit in this episode. That's nice.
Even though he's
Reached our perimeter.
Bad.
on the
Yeah.
wrong side at the moment, he's still really cool. I always wondered why you would program the battle droids to scream when they die.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of stuff that really doesn't make all that much sense.
Doesn't have to.
No. The tactical battle droid uses binoculars. Why isn't that's not built in? Oh, droidicas.
Ugh. Ah, shit. Too fast. Slow, slow. Oh, or just do it when it's rolling.
Find that tac droid yet? It's in the bell tower, but I can't get a clear line of sight. Let's remedy that.
How? Oh, that's cool. Oh, shit. Ah, damn. Assassin droids. Those things are not as easy to deal with.
Any ideas? Just try and keep up.
Haha, love it when he does that. Oh.
Cody!
Doing more than keeping up.
Where do you need the puck?
Throw it.
How far?
As far as you can.
Nice.
We have official Imperial orders.
Desix separated from the Republic years ago, Commander. We are an independent system.
We're not here to debate politics with you.
If you did, you might see how unjust your actions are.
We are not the enemy.
Oh,
The
Cody.
Empire seeks to establish peace
Cody.
and order throughout the galaxy.
Peace. There was a time I believed in that. So much so my colleague Mina Monteri and I put forth a treaty with separatists and Republic senators alike to end the war.
Monteri.
Your Supreme Chancellor rejected it.
We can resolve this without more bloodshed. Please, do this for your people.
He is right. The Empire will just keep on returning.
Handled. Now execute her.
Sir, I promise to...
Crosshair's going to do it.
I gave you an order. Follow it or face the consequences for disobeying.
Yep. You called it.
Good soldiers follow orders. Ah, Cody is really,
On the way on his journey, yeah.
He's really thinking some things through. Now the Empire is just gonna take over, as they do.
And get their kind of peace. Yep.
You're being replaced. Doing all the dirty work, losing a lot of men in the process, and then just being fucking replaced by incompetent stormtroopers who can't hit shit.
No.
Are we making the galaxy better?
We're soldiers. We do what needs to be done.
You know what makes us different from battle droids? We make our own decisions, our own choices, and we have to live with them too.
CT-9904, report to Vice Admiral Rampart's office.
Always in the middle of
Never
breakfast.
gets any food now.
Let me eat.
Report CC-1226.
Why not Commander Cody?
It appears he has gone AWOL. Funny, isn't it? How these clones around you keep disappearing.
Damn, okay, that was a great episode.
Very much so.
I absolutely loved that. We were talking about how it's light entertainment, lighter in tone when it comes to the Bad Batch, and we're probably just going to get more of that, and they're going to go on another quirky mission. But this was really dark and deep, and certainly getting into the whole thing with the clones transitioning, or like the transition from clones to stormtroopers and the Empire taking over, focusing heavily on Crosshair and Commander Cody, who just went AWOL. Fuck yes, Cody.
As people know, people who've seen this or seen us commenting on them, they know we do guess a lot and we do miss a lot. So we guessed on what this one would be all about, and we guessed it would be a light entertainment. This one was in the heavy end of it, but very well written. And well, it was great to see Crosshair again and let him shine for a bit as a soldier, let the clones shine a bit as soldiers, and then also addressing the whole, do we really make a good difference to the war, or should we do something else? The whole thinking about it, Commander Cody went into it with good soldiers follow orders, and well, along the way he got a feeling that, well, we're probably not helping that much in the grand scheme of things.
It's the whole notion of peace in the first place. Like, does this really bring peace? What was her name? Tawny, I think, the governor of Desix, was talking about, where like we just want to be independent and left alone, and when we wanted that like for a long while. We even appealed, to the Chancellor back then when Palpatine was the Chancellor, and it got rejected, and that was something that we did see a few times in some storylines in the Clone Wars with separatist worlds or independent worlds. We're like, well, we don't want to be part of the Republic. Like, you can't force us to do that, and we just want to like be left out of all of this shit, this war that's going on. And then they were forced to make a choice, some of them, and even some who were loyal to the separatists, like, started with like they didn't want war. They would just, could see that, okay, the Republic is going in a direction that like we don't want to be part of that. So let's join with the separatists, because it seems like they're doing the right thing here. And Count Dooku probably said some alluring things to start with, and as we've also talked about with him in, like, we got in in Tales of the Jedi, where we can understand some of his choices, and we can definitely see that he was able to see with the Republic that they were going in the wrong direction, and it was gonna go down this path, but he also helped it, go down that path then later on, because so he certainly lost his ways. And then a lot of the separatists were framed as the bad guys during the Clone Wars, and it is really complicated then. And I totally get why someone like Cody is, no, we're the good guys. We're doing the good thing. We're like fighting against this evil droid army, and then we defeated them, and now we just want to make sure that there's peace in the galaxy. But then everything is getting turned on its head.
All explained to them when they were cloned, and how they were supposed to work. They were supposed to work as soldiers and work for, as they were taught, the good side. And it all falls great in line with the whole Sith idea that you're either with us or against us. There's no one that's just, well, we want to be left in peace. No, you're with us or you're against us. And if you're against us, we'll take you over. So it works that way. And also it's very difficult to be left alone, or be independent planet or whatever, because that would mean that they would have they'll have to be strong enough to stand against the Empire.
Yes,
being
because
independent really calls for a large army for themselves.
and that's how we get to the Rebel Alliance later on, because all these planets, all of these all these people realize that, okay, yeah, we can't stand against the Empire on our own. We have to do something together, because they are unrelenting. They are just taking over the entire galaxy, or as much as they can, in the name of order and peace. It can both be clear cut, but I also love how we can get into some of this stuff that's more difficult for some of the characters to discern, and especially now in this transition period from the Republic to the Empire. And again, with the clones just really getting a bad break here, where they continue to work for the Empire and being told that they are doing good, and even like it can be easy to wrap your head around when it's just fighting clankers, fighting the battle droids again like they used to, and there wasn't as many facets to it back just during the Clone Wars in that way, but now it's getting more and more difficult to see, especially for someone like Cody. And for many clones, as we're learning now, like many clones are going AWOL, are, getting fed up with this whole thing and just being like, no, I can't do this. This isn't in line with who I am.
When they get the bigger picture of it. I mean, the commanders will have the bigger picture of it. And for the clones, it's more or less they're on the battleground and the enemy is shooting at me, so I'm going to shoot right back at them. So it's very isolated battles, and in those isolated battles, as we see this episode, where they just fight the clankers to get in and get to the target, it makes sense for them. It's the way they've been brought up as soldiers, what they're supposed to do. But as soon as you put that extra in about peace, or should we be doing this and so on, well,
it's politics, and it's as Cody said, it's choices, and they have to live with those choices. Now, they were just bred for combat to begin with. They didn't have to question it. It was just, you are brought into this world to fight, and here's a big ass army made up of droids, so you don't even have to feel that bad about killing them. Just go kill them.
It's just machines. Yeah.
It's just machines. There wasn't much to it, and now it's so much more. And I loved seeing Cody sort of wrestle with that during this episode, and now I'm really curious seeing where he's going to go now that he went AWOL, and if he can redeem himself in that way, because he did order the death of Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is a character that we of course love and always on the side of Obi-Wan. So someone telling or someone ordering the death of a beloved character, that doesn't sit well with us.
Anyone,
but we were still also used to seeing him as the good guy, and especially during the Clone Wars series. So just seeing him again here, and seeing him again here, and that was what I was most curious about. As soon as we saw him pop up on screen, was that, okay, what's going through his head? How is he processing all of this? Is he going to be the good soldiers follow orders kind of guy and just loyal to the Empire, or is he going to think more about this and it's actually not going to sit well with him? And it's we got a little bit of both, but definitely some progression in this episode.
And at the same time, a bit of the explanation from changing away from the clones to just getting stormtroopers and so on, with Admiral Rampant going well. We're beginning to see more and more of this, where the clones are not performing the way they're supposed to. They're beginning to think way too much. So that whole transition that also comes in during this period, sort of being explained a little bit here, with the human commanders starting to think, well, can't trust those guys, so we better get some stormtroopers instead.
Yeah, we better do recruitment instead, because then we know if we recruit them and people from all over the galaxy who are willingly becoming stormtroopers because they believe in the Empire, they believe in the cause, those are the sort of soldiers that we want. We don't want these clones who are ultimately questioning things, and a lot of them are just going AWOL now, and sort of by doing that, unfortunately also digging their own graves a bit, because they're proving that they can't be trusted all of a sudden. But I don't want them to stay loyal to the Empire either, but we know how it's going to go with most of the clones. Like, there's not a lot of clones around.
No.
Once we get to the Galactic Civil War, it's pretty much just Rex.
Yeah.
And of course, in Rebels, we also had Wolf and Gregor, two more clones who was with Rex.
Yeah, but they'll also they are still accelerated growth, so they'll be quite old along the way. And what we really need in the next episode is a training video for recruited stormtroopers, so we can see why the fuck they can't hit anything. A shooting range, so they miss everything, something like that.
Maybe they don't even do that. It's just welcome. Here's your armor. Here's your gun. Do I need any training? Nah, just be loyal.
Yeah.
That's it.
be loyal and be aware. The end with the hold is a bad end. So have your pistol in the other end, hold it in the other end. So
yeah. And then maybe also just what sort of recruitment videos are they putting out? Like how are they getting that many recruits?
Come see exotic walls, stuff like that.
Maybe. But unless you're a part of, on a world where the Empire is invading or the people are being pushed down, as we've seen many times in like Ferrix and in Andor, like, then you maybe don't, like, if you're just on the core worlds where everything is peaceful and nice and everyone is thinking, oh, we love the Empire, then like they don't have any reason necessarily to not like the Empire, because all they know is, hey, we won this war against the terrible separatists and the droid army, and then the Jedi betrayed us, but thankfully they were also wiped out and hunted down by what then became the Republic, that then became the Empire. So we love the Empire for that. We love the Emperor. Here we go. That's it. That's all they know.
I'm pretty sure there's some good PR videos or propaganda videos that will say the right things for the Empire to
full on
sort of get people in.
Full on propaganda. So yeah.
It happened in the real world as well, and there's always different sides to a story. So
yes, exactly. And history is written by the victor, and who won the Clone Wars? The Republic, aka the Empire, did in the end. Yeah. So at the moment, they are writing history. Exactly. Unfortunately.
But besides, makes a good Star Wars story. So fine with me. So far, it's just a story, and we can discuss stuff. So and I like this whole take on the Empire on this one, where they sort of went out on a mission. We saw them how they did a great attack on the city, and it doesn't hurt that much, as you say, when they just are killing droids, battle droids. They're a bit stupid anyway. It have the funny voice, and so it works for me.
Yeah. And then, of course, then in the end, killing the governor, that wasn't as easy to watch. But just seeing all of that combat, that was great. That was exhilarating. And then getting a deeper story behind it. Great episode. I really, really love this one. I hope we're going to get more like this. I'm sure we're going to then return to the Bad Batch in the next episode or the next couple of episodes. But getting stuff like this also,
I like that. We discussed what could be the next episode all about during the week between the episodes and so on. We discussed what could be, and we often miss, as I say, and then we get something like this, but it's a little bit deeper, not as light as it has been earlier, and at the same time shows a bit of the combat. And so I get a bit of a surprise based on that. I expected something else, and great. I enjoy that. I mean, as I said, it's probably not written the way I would do it. That's the whole idea for me to sort of get in here and watch this stuff.
Because someone else is doing it, and we're just here to be entertained and then talk a little bit about it afterwards, at least. But one thing that we did sort of not predict, but talk about as a possibility was that, maybe we're going to see Crosshair in this episode. Maybe we're going to get a little bit focus on him again. And we certainly did. Him and then Cody, which was a really nice surprise.
little
All
extra,
right. Yeah. Do you have anything else you wanna add to it before we wrap it up?
No, I'm ready for the next episode, but it's probably fine that it'll be a week, and then we'll pick the next one.
Then we'll take the next one when we get to it. All right. That's gonna do it then for this reaction and review of The Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always.
Always.